The husband accompanied his pregnant wife to the mall for shopping. Unexpectedly, he ran into his first love there. The wife, worried the two might rekindle their old flame, immediately made up an excuse to take her husband somewhere else. But the husband suddenly said he needed to use the restroom. The wife sensed something was off and tried to stop him, but the man was clearly distracted. No matter how much she tried to talk him out of it, he insisted on leaving. Sure enough, he went back to where he had seen his first love. Seeing her humbly serving others, a feeling of pity stirred inside him. But when his first love's eyes met his, the man instinctively turned and bolted. His first love chased after him and told him how much she had missed him. The man, losing control for a moment, pulled her into a hug. This was exactly the scene the wife walked in on. Her heart shattered in an instant. She walked up to the two of them, clapping, dripping with sarcasm. She remarked how romantic the scene was. What a shame the leading man was her own husband. When the man saw his wife appear, he instinctively shielded his first love behind him. That single move pushed his wife over the edge. She slapped his first love across the face 3 times right then and there, accusing her of being a woman with no moral character, saying it was she who had caused her to lose her first child back in the day. It turned out that 3 years ago, the couple had been expecting a child. At the time, the husband and wife were looking to hire a family doctor. To their surprise, the person who showed up for the interview was the man's first love. At first, the wife had no idea the two had a past, until one day she came home early without warning, and found the two of them in an intimate situation in the bedroom. She furiously smashed everything in the room. The man, trying to protect his first love, acted impulsively and shoved his pregnant wife to the ground. In that moment, their marriage began to fall apart. Heartbroken and defeated, the wife signed the divorce papers. Before the divorce was officially finalized, the first love got into a medical incident at the hospital. While being chased by a patient's family, she actually shoved the wife who was about to give birth in front of her as a shield. In the end, the woman lost her child. The first love, to save herself, abandoned the man and disappeared. Only then did the man realize how good his wife had been to him. He humbled himself and begged her to get back together. The wife thought that after 3 years, things would be different. She thought that getting pregnant again might be enough to change the man. But when the man saw his first love again, he still couldn't let go. He still couldn't help himself from drawing close to her. If that was how it was going to be, the wife decided to let them have each other. She went home and pulled out the old divorce papers. Just as she was about to bring up divorce with her husband, she got a phone call from his first love. Through the phone came a suggestive, intimate recording. The wife was so enraged it triggered her contractions. When she woke up in the hospital, there was no one by her side. Using her phone's location tracker, she found that her husband was at a hotel. Heartbroken, she went back home, and threw every fond memory she and the man had shared over the years into the fire pit. Seeing that the wife hadn't caused a scene, the first love grew even more calculating. So in order to destroy whatever was left between them, the first love staged the whole thing herself and posted the hotel video with the man online. It instantly sparked a flood of online criticism directed at the man's first love. The man, upon getting the news, rushed back immediately. He accused his wife of being petty, saying she had actually stooped to this level to ruin his first love. The wife denied it. She had never done anything of the sort. But the man was convinced she had set his first love up. He even claimed he had fallen out of love with his wife long ago, said that the only reason he stayed in the marriage was out of guilt and obligation. He went on to say a series of things that cut deep. The once loving couple now hurled nothing but cruel words at each other. Their argument turned so heated it became physical. The man, trying to break free from the confrontation, shoved his wife to the ground again. The wife, in agonizing pain, begged him to take her to the hospital. But the man had nothing but his first love on his mind and coldly turned and walked away. The wife had no choice but to call for an ambulance herself. After being rushed to the hospital, she went into a complicated labor. The doctor said surgery required a family member's signature. She had no choice but to have the nurse reach her husband. But the man was busy getting ready to go abroad on vacation with his first love. He was convinced his wife was faking it to force him to come back. So he hung up the phone just like that. In the end, it was the wife's billionaire parents who got word that their daughter was in danger. They flew back from overseas overnight and rushed to the hospital. After 3 days and 3 nights of emergency care, the wife finally stabilized. She slowly came to from her unconscious state. When she opened her eyes, she saw her parents keeping watch at her bedside. She anxiously asked about the baby. Her father told her she had given birth to a healthy baby girl. Her parents had also prepared gifts worth tens of millions of dollars for her and the child. They said they had been so caught up in work all these years and felt they owed her so much. Those gifts were their way of making it up to both of them. Now that her husband had betrayed her and her parents had returned home, the woman decided it was time to stop hiding who she really was, a young heiress. She immediately instructed her assistant to go take care of the divorce paperwork. At that moment, the man and his first love returned to the country after 2 days abroad. When he went to get into the villa, he found the access code had been changed. Furious, he called his wife and demanded to know what was going on. Just then, the woman's assistant arrived at the front door. The assistant, on behalf of the young heiress, handed him the divorce certificate and informed him that from this day forward, he was never to set foot in the villa again. The moment the man laid eyes on the divorce certificate, he froze completely.